Hey folks, today we're going to do a real simple raised bed. I'm going to make it about a foot tall, 8 foot sides, 55 3/4 on the ends, and we're going to start cutting some boards. And by the way, these are all boards that we cut using the sawmill. So, pretty cool. Made our own boards, and now we're going to make our own raised beds. We're going to put corn, squash, and cucumber in this bed. Are 5 inches, so I'm just going to use 2x4 to offset that a little bit. All right, so I've been working on the leveling. So the way that I have it leveled, it's going to lean towards this side and towards that back. So everything will go out towards there. And instead of digging this out and everything else, I was just working on leveling up the board. So I cut a couple pieces that would fit underneath there. I used a few blocks over there. I've not done a raised bed before, and these are oak pieces that I made on the mill with oak boards that I had. I would not make a raised bed out of oak if I had to go to the store and buy boards, but you're not going to go to the store and buy this anyways. These are all true 2x whatever, so 2x6s, and some of the others I made like 2x5.5s, and these down here are a couple 1x6s doubled up underneath. So I'm making spacers out of boards. The other thing about the oak, it can't be exposed to the ground, it can't be exposed to moisture, yada yada. So this stuff's going to degrade and be destroyed over time. I'm okay with that. This is my first proof of concept for will everybody hang in there and will this gardening actually work? So I didn't want to go too crazy. I could get my flamethrower out and I could darken these boards and char them up, and that would make them bug resistant, etc. I could do all that, but I really don't feel like it. I feel like let's just finish this as a proof of concept, get it going. So I'm going to start to screw everything together, and then tomorrow we're going to dump dirt in here. I'm probably not even going to get all this grass out of here. I'm probably just going to dump dirt right on top of this grass. Who knows? We'll see. I might put some material over here. I don't know what it might be the quick and dirty. Just go for it. But again, just proof of concept, making a raised bed, and then see what we can grow in here between the corn, squash, cucumbers. And it's basically about a 5 by 8 footprint, so 32 square foot. All right, so let's get to it and start popping in some screws and get the second level up. Alright, this is our final product, or finished product. It's about 8 by 5. I put some blocking, just 1-inch blocking in the sides. I'm not putting a ton of level of effort in this. I think I'm going to get some landscaping rocks to go around the sides, especially right there to hide that. But tomorrow I'll probably get this grass out of here and then we'll put the dirt in it. This 2x4 on the sides, that was because these were only 5-inch, so I needed to offset that to get the height right. But I think it came out okay, especially for something we're just going to play around with and see if anybody wants to be serious about it. But that's it for today. Just smooth it out. All right, I think that's good. We'll go get the seeds and plant. All right, on the back row, we're coming off the back 12 inches, and we've got 24 inches between each one of these squash. The middle row will be cucumber. The front row will be stalks of corn. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corn stalks. We might even put a 7th one right. 7 corn stalks. That's all right. We'll see what happens.
Wait. Do I take the stick out?
Yeah, pull the stick out. In the middle, we're going to have the cucumbers. So 24-inch spacing on the squash and the cucumbers, 1 foot spacing on the corn. The type of corn we're doing is called Golden Bantam Sweet Corn. It's organic. And here's the info. So you can still plant in our region from April to July, and it needed to be in full sun, which this is pretty much full sun. We'll come up with some type of watering mechanism, 1-inch depth, 12-inch spacing, 80-day harvest. So we're right in that window. All right. Let me mark your squash. So that's your first squash there, and that's your second squash. So this is the squash, yellow crookneck squash, May to July, or April to July again, full sun, moderate water, 1-inch depth, 24-inch spacing, 50-day harvest, pretty good. And then we got Sumter cucumber, and again we're right in that March to July. Full to partial sun, moderate 3/4 depth, 24-inch spacing, 56-day harvest. Paintbrush out here and getting the paint. These are all the boards we made with the sawmill. These are all oak. Not necessarily for contact with the ground, but it'll work in this case. I think anything you do a planter out of raised bed, you're sacrificing that wood. So I think it came out really nice. It is a true 2-inch. So it's pretty substantial. Alright, so we're going to see how this goes over time. Next things we're gonna do is we'll get some stain, because the only stuff I found was black fence paint. I don't think we want to use that. It will stain the outside of this so it looks a little bit better, and maybe it'll weather better. It won't change how it weathers. It doesn't weather on the inside. But everything's planted, and we're gonna watch over time how this goes. So this was real easy. I don't know why we put it off for so long doing this. We talked about doing this for probably the last 4 years, but we did it now. It took a considerable amount of dirt to fill this 5x8, 40 square feet of dirt. So it was many bucket loads with a tractor. So think about that when you go to make a raised bed, how much dirt it's going to take. So for watering, what I'll do is I'll run a hose over here and put the hose on a digital timer using the Beehive app, and I have some staked sprinklers. I'll stake it, I'll rise it up, and then it'll spray over here for 5 minutes a day or whatever it is that we think we need. Because we're going to be gone for a period of time for summer camp, jamboree, and stuff like that. We'll want this thing to water. And I may even do a video to show how I'm watering all of Sylvia's plants, which is pretty neat, using the Beehive app. All right, see ya.